Most flights across the Atlantic are boring in the same predictable way. You board, you sit, you watch a movie you have already seen, you wait for food, you count the hours. This one did not end that way, because halfway into an Aer Lingus flight heading from Ireland to Boston, the plane turned around. Not because of weather, not because of a mechanical problem, not because of turbulence. It turned around because of a complaint made by a teenage girl sitting beside the man she did not know. And that single moment changed everything. Let's go back to the start. It is November in the year 2023. An Aer Lingus flight takes off from Ireland, bound for Boston in the United States. The flight is L1135, a normal transatlantic route. Families, students, travelers heading home or starting new lives. Cabin crew begin service. Passengers settle into the long journey ahead. About 1 hour into the flight, at around mid-afternoon, something happens quietly. A 16-year-old girl approaches cabin crew. She tells them the man sitting next to her has touched her inappropriately. This is not shouted. This is not dramatic. It is calm and it is serious. Cabin crew immediately follow protocol. They inform the captain. Now imagine being in that cockpit. You are thousands of feet in the air, hundreds of passengers behind you, a destination across the ocean, and you are told a sexual assault has been reported on board. The captain makes a decision that almost never happens. The plane turns around. The flight to Boston is aborted. The aircraft changes direction and heads back to Shannon Airport. That decision alone cost Aer Lingus more than €28,000. But no one in that courtroom later pretends the money mattered more than the reason for the turn back. When the plane lands and Shannon guards are already involved, the teenage girl disembarks with her family. Statements are taken immediately. Time matters because the aircraft will still continue its journey to the United States. According to evidence later outlined in court, the man seated beside the girl touched her inappropriately during the flight. The acts described included rubbing and grabbing her buttocks, kissing her arm, and rubbing her tits. These are not allegations repeated online. They are the facts presented to the court. The man is identified as Patrick Noon. He's 58 years old, a self-employed farmer. They were strangers. They didn't not know each other before the flight. They were seated beside each other by chance. The case moves through the Irish court system. It is first heard in the district court, then transferred to the circuit court where more serious penalties apply. Eventually, it reached Ennis Circuit Court, and this is where the case takes a decisive turn. Patrick Noon pleads guilty. He pleaded guilty to 2 counts of sexual assault under the Criminal Law Rape Amendment Act. No trial, no jury drama, no competing story. Just a guilty plea entered in open court. The judge notes that the guilty plea was offered more than 2 weeks before the scheduled trial. This matter for a specific reason. Witnesses were already arranged to give evidence from the United States via video link. The complainant, now at 18, is studying at a college in the United States. Her grandmother was also listed as a witness. Other female passengers on the flight were prepared to testify. Because of the early guilty plea, none of that is required. The judge grants a request for a probation report. This report will help the court understand the offender before sentencing. The judge also directs courts to obtain a victim impact statement from the complainant. Importantly, the court states there is no basis for reporting restrictions. The accused can be named. The prosecution confirms there is no prior relationship between the accused and the complaint, no history, no dispute about identity, no confusion about location. The offense occurred on board the aircraft within Irish jurisdiction. One detail quietly stands out during the court hearing. The girl reported what happened only about an hour into the flight. She did not wait, she did not stay silent. Because she spoke up, the aircraft turned back. Because the aircraft turned back, evidence was preserved. Statements were taken immediately. The legal process began without delay. This case became a rare example of how fast action can happen, even at 30,000 feet. It also shows how confined spaces make certain crimes especially disturbing. A plane is not a street. It is not somewhere you can walk away. It is a closed space, no exit, no privacy. The sentencing hearing is scheduled for a later date, after the probation report and victim impact statements are completed. That part of the story is still ongoing, but the key facts are already established. A complaint was made, a flight was turned around, a man pleaded guilty in court. No speculation, no exaggeration, no mystery ending. Just a clear reminder that accountability does not stop at the airport gate or at a cruising altitude. And sometimes the most dramatic moments in true crime happen quietly when someone chooses to speak up. If you want fast updates on Irish true crime, subscribe. We cover everything before it hits mainstream headlines. Thank you.